There's a reason why people don't review Bridge to Terabithia. I'll tell you why. Simple reason being, this is a tearjerker. This is a sad movie, and for a kids' film, it is unbelievably sad and emotional. And we'll get to that part later on. But the thing that I love about this is it has layers. It has character development that you will not believe. Just look at Jesse, because he lives in a household dominated by sisters and stuff like that, and he doesn't get to have a day off because they do. You know what I mean? He's running around after them, doing all the jobs, doing all the chores, doing extras, having to have all the hand-me-down clothes. It just feels like he's getting shafted at every metric, and at school he's getting he doesn't really talk to people, he doesn't have lots of friends, he just does his own thing. Nobody understands it. Leslie comes in, she's also getting bullied as well, she's getting picked on. And it's sort of like these two characters find each other at the right moments, when, even though at first he was a little bit like, should I trust you? And there's a little bit of that, even though she was friendly and she was kind to him, I think he just didn't know what to expect because he'd not had somebody who was friendly to him like that before. So when they started to become friends after momentary lapses of thinking, is she actually taking the piss or is she trying to be my friend, they become friends over one thing, and that is creativity. And they both share the passion for this idea of just having fun in their own minds, imagination and creativity, and that's what is brought through in Bridge to Terabithia. They become very close, and I think that she brings out the best in him. He was a little bit miserable in himself, and she brings all that joy and energy out of him and gets a smile on his face, literally, because they're best friends now. And every time after school, they would go over across the bridge, act like there's trolls and there's stuff hanging around and decorate a tree house, and it just seemed like it was flourishing in the right direction. But then, unfortunately, during a time when he could not go out because it was raining, storm and stuff, she decided, no what, balls to that, I'm going to go out there, and unfortunately she dies. And he then has to pick up the pieces of losing his best friend. His person that got him onto a rock and got him back to a place where he was happy again. He wasn't thinking about all the chores that he had to do. He wasn't thinking about all the stuff that he had to do. It was a moment where he was like, you know what, life's great. And then that's when, obviously, when she dies, it's like all his bridges come falling down. All his dominoes come falling down at once. He despises his sister even more than he already does, his little sister. He really despises the idea of playing and having fun, because then he gets reminded of the memories that he had with Leslie. And I think that is just an unbelievable story. But then it comes round to, what would she actually have wanted? And then that's where he ends up, you know what, letting his little sister in. And then she then becomes like his best friend, like that he had with Leslie. Nothing would ever replace that. But it also taught him to, you know what, probably have that bond with his family as well as what he had with his friend. And I think that was an unbelievable story to tell. And I think it allowed us to go into what this child who's lost somebody at a young age is like. It goes over grief really, really well. There's some really good themes within this particular movie. And if I had to pick a movie for you to go watch which is underrated, and you're thinking something a little bit different from all the overly cheesy movies that kids might be watching, this one is definitely one that you should go and check out. So to summarise this movie, 7.7 out of 10, great film. And if you've enjoyed this video, then hit this video a like and press that subscribe button. And if you haven't yet checked out Meet the Robinsons movie review, then I think you should check that out right now. And I shall see you folks in the next one. Laters.